in the dark. I can almost see you clearly. Every day you're singing over me. Like water, my love runs free. Oh, there is nothing like your love. There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. In my pain, I know you can feel it. There I find the comfort in your spirit. And every day you're singing over me. Like water, my love runs free. Oh, there is nothing like your love. There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Anywhere I go, in you I find my home. Anywhere I go, in you I find my home. There is nothing like your love. There is nothing and no one above. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Oh, come be with us, Holy One. Oh, come be with us, Holy One.
Namaste. Welcome. As you intend to go inside and greet yourself today, just check your posture. Make sure that you have your spine straight. You may be lying down, or you can get more comfortable in your chair. And as you do that, you'll find that you've already started giving yourself the attention that you've been looking for. This is your special time for you. This is the time that you get to know yourself a bit more than yesterday, a bit deeper. And you get the opportunity to expand more. You may start to focus on your breath. You may breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe in, find yourself expanding, taking in more energy, waking yourself up, feeling more alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice your energy flowing from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone, in your middle column next to your spinal cord. And as you breathe in, that energy is flowing from top all the way down. And as you breathe out, the energy is going back from the tip of your tailbone all the way up to your crown. Breathe in, breathe out. As you do that, see that you expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Notice where your attention is going now. See that at the core of you, you are love, you are joy, you are bliss, you are ecstasy. Allow yourself to relax a bit more so you can take notice of your natural self that you are, the love that you are inside. Today you can notice that just a bit more deeply, more closely. And more really. Maybe you can touch it, feel it, sense it somewhere deep in your heart. That special quality of you, that signature you that you are, the uniqueness that only you and you know of yourself as yourself. And stay present with it. Give it all your attention and time here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now you may start to bring your attention back to your body, to yourself, and the room that you're sitting in. You can bring with you that feeling of love, that feeling of joy and bliss that you have inside. You can carry that with you throughout the day. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes. Namaste.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Sunday service. My name is Dennis.
And I'm Nicole.
And we are doing the card reading for today. And the deck we are using is the Divine Energy Oracle by Sonia Choquette. And yeah, let's get into the first card. The first card we have is Admit Your Vulnerabilities. Yeah. So what are you getting from this one?
What I get from it is that when it comes down to relationships, it's safe to be vulnerable. In the past, I had this confusion about being vulnerable means that you can get hurt. But in healthy relationships, you are connected in love. And yeah, it's safe to always go deeper and to allow yourself to be loved and to love others. What do you get from it?
For me, it's about honesty and admitting to yourself kind of like what like the parts inside of you that like need healing, and like even to the point of just, admitting to yourself how you like really feel, and maybe where you are insecure, or where you just like being really honest with yourself about like your vulnerabilities, meaning like maybe the parts of you that aren't completely healed, and where you don't feel exactly how you want to feel about yourself or life or whatever it is. And yeah, just getting really honest with yourself there and looking at that, so that you can then actually proceed to healing it.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Second card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the second card we have is Do What You Love. The Eiffel Tower in Paris.
And a couple.
And a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you getting with this one?
For me, this is a life purpose card. Do what you love means do what makes you happy, do what you love, and give your love, and that your love is valuable. So yeah, it's, what do I get from it? Mm-hmm. When you look at this card, you see kind of like this invisible shadow, and
Like she's fading away.
It's safe for you to acknowledge that the love you have is unique, and when you share your gift, you're irreplaceable, and that you have a spot, and that you have a place, and yeah, you belong. You have a purpose and you belong, and there is a receiver from what you have to give, and that's, yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, what I just got when you mentioned, that like this like woman that is fading away is kind of this like your dreams are real. They're not just like fantasy or like shadows that you're chasing, to put it like that. They're like, whatever you love, whatever dreams you have, whatever you want to achieve is real and can come real, and you're not just chasing fantasies. And yeah, that's something that we like learning on this journey, like to distinguish when it's something like an illusion and fantasy, and when is something, a dream that actually can come true. And like the thing is, Jeff and Shaleia mentioned this in a group coaching once, that like ego will try to make you believe that your dreams are just fantasy and they can't come true. And that's like, you know, a big lesson to learn, that when you have a dream and you hear this voice inside of you trying to convince you that like, ooh, you just, you know, that can never happen for you. It's just, you know, a fantasy, you know, it's not real. That's actually when it's ego trying to, you know, lead you astray from the dreams that God actually put in your heart, that you are meant to follow and that are meant to come true.
And also when it comes down to your harmonious twin flame union, you can have that too. I needed to hear that too. Thank you.
So yeah, the last card we have is Face Your Adversities. And yeah, for me, the first thing that came up when I saw this card was, I remember the quote that Jeff, I believe, posted on Twitter once. I saw it somewhere, which was, your upsets are not stops, they're steps. And I had to think about how, you know, like on this journey, the spiritual twin flame journey, like we're met with challenges and obstacles and hardships and whatnot. And like these things aren't there to like keep you from your good. They're like not like, it's not like God puts like these stones in your way just for the sake of, you know, something being in your way or something like that. It's like these challenges that you are encountering are like your steps to getting to where you want to be, to living the life you want to have. And they're like, yeah, they're steps leading you to all of that. And it's important to face them and work through whatever's being presented in your life, because if you don't use your upsets as like the steps to lead you to where you want to be and manifest, achieve whatever you want to achieve, then you're actually not moving forward. So upsets in themselves are not a bad thing. They actually, like, they always bring a gift with them. Yeah, that's what came out for me. What came out for you with this card?
I thought about the sermon Granville gave a couple of weeks ago about honoring God's choice in your life is to really acknowledge where you're at and to look at it, and to be what you said with the first card, to be honest with yourself, be vulnerable with yourself. And it's safe to look at these parts which feel very uncomfortable, where you feel like you don't like yourself and you don't like what you experience right now, and you don't want to look at because you feel like you're denying looking at it. And it's safe to address that so that you can move through it, as you said.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, then, that was it. The card reading for today. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday service and
Have a wonderful Sunday.
yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Danny,
And I'm Christina.
and we are Twin Flames in harmonious union, here to present to you the sermon for today's Sunday service. It's from Lau and Alex, and they are going to be talking about joy and the purpose of joy.
Yeah, and how to cultivate a life of joy.
Mhm.
And yeah, we loved the sermon, and we feel that it's a really great topic. This is something that we've been going deeper into ourselves recently. And it was perfect timing just coming back from Sedona. Sedona was a time of lots of joy and bliss. And even for those in the community that did not attend, they still experienced that same joy and bliss back at home, since we were all one. And so it was an interesting experience for us, going deeper into joy from having Sedona and then coming back home and carrying that same energy that we experienced on vacation.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so like what we've really been learning is um, that joy is truly a choice in every single moment, and that it's never something that's going to come in the future, and it's never something that is outside of us.
Yeah.
And even if you have something maybe quite upsetting going on in your reality, like very difficult challenge, it's possible to still experience joy through it, just by loving yourself and moving through everything that is coming up. And yeah, this is something that we've been learning is like, even if you're going through something really hard, you can still acknowledge that you have a good life, and that it's safe to be happy, and that what you're experiencing is just a temporary upset.
Yeah, and I love when Lau and Alex really expanded on the experience. I think Alex was speaking during this, but she was talking about how, she'd just be living her life, doing her life purpose, working throughout the day. And she had no reason at all to feel bad and every reason to feel good and joyful, but she was still feeling bad. And she was wondering, well, what is happening? And essentially, what she was talking about is the power of choice. And it's so important on this
Mhm.
journey to recognize how powerful your choice really is. And this is really important when cultivating joy, that there is so much joy available to you at all times. It's
Mhm.
always available to you. You just have to choose it.
Yeah.
And it's not something that, joy, your inner joy doesn't get triggered by an external experience or by an external thing or a person or, um, you know, another person's approval. Like, for example, doesn't happen that way. You have to choose to feel joyful, and
Mhm.
you have to choose to let go of feeling miserable. And yeah, it's a really profound thing
Mhm.
because the world right now currently lives in misery and is very used to feeling miserable about just about everything.
Mhm.
And we are deconditioning ourselves with that and
Mhm.
choosing to feel joyful and choosing to let go of misery because truly when you live a life with God, there's no reason to be miserable because
Mhm.
God is always providing for you everything that you need every step of the way of your journey. From the moment you start your journey with Him consciously to when you are really wealthy and you have like all of the things, right? Every step of the
Yeah.
way, you have everything that you need
Mhm.
because God is always providing for you.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, there
Yeah.
there is no reason to feel miserable and every reason to cultivate joy.
Mhm. Yeah, and something that I also wanted to share about joy that Jeff said today, it was in the Divine Dish discussion group. So if you're not in it, you should join it. Very entertaining
Mm.
and great learning experience. But it was about joy, and he said, "Passion and joy arise from peace, not excitement. Anxiety arises from excitement." And so, yeah, I just think it's a really good reminder that your passion and your joy comes from peace, from deepening your peace, and that's why it's so important to love yourself when you're going through a challenge or going through an upset, because by bringing peace there, you're inviting and bringing in more joy again, and you're allowing yourself to relax into your joy. And when you cultivate that on the inside, you're going to see that mirrored to you in your external reality almost immediately. And yeah, it's just about remembering that joy comes from the inside first,
Yeah.
your heart. And um,
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mhm.
I love that. Lau and Alex just have so many juicy things to say about joy, and like it was, yeah. Again, it really hit close to home for us listening to this sermon because I feel like it's a very like important healing.
Mhm.
And yeah, is there anything else that you would like to say?
Yeah, that feels good.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So, without further ado, we'll introduce to you Lau and Alex and their sermon on cultivating joy.
Mhm.
Hello, I'm Laurentiu,
And I am Alexandra.
twin flames in harmonious union and married in the Church of Union, and we are today your ministers for today's Sunday service.
Yes. So let us begin with our 3 opening ohms and with our opening prayer. Please follow along aloud or mentally.
Good. And now for our opening prayer. I am the only child of God, forever part of Him. I am created by Him in perfection, and there I'll always remain. My mind is my sanctuary, where I keep His holy creation sacred. I'll only allow in His voice. I'll only accept His word.
Today I will hear the word of God. I surrender myself to his teachings through his divine channel. I will honor what he has spoken and accept it as his will. I will be obedient to his word, for this is my salvation. In Christ's name, Om. Amen. So, hello everybody. We would like to talk to you about today and share about a subject that we have been deepening in our own life, in our own journey, and that is how to cultivate a joyful life. Joy is something that we really love and we really value. It's one of our core values. We love to have fun. We love to enjoy different things in our lives. We love to just have fun with everything that we do, no matter if it's a playful activity or if it's work or if it's anything that we're doing. We love to have fun. We love to yes, just enjoy and cultivate deeper and deeper joy with everything that we are doing. So we wanted to talk about this because we have reached like a point within ourselves where we noticed that we were going to like a kind of like a slimy block of like um I could be happy right now, but I'm not sure why am I not happy right now, or why there seems to be this yuckiness or heaviness that we were moving through. And what we have come to realize through just being persistent in our meditation and through really listening to God through messages and um, signs that we have received, as well as tapping into the vibes from Sedona, right? And seeing from what everybody has shared, is that simply it's a simple choice to have a joyful life, to have joy in your life, yeah, at each and every moment. And the process of doing so is just accepting that it is that easy to have joy into your life, no matter what challenge you're going through, no matter what hard situation come about you, because they will come up in your journey, as we might know. We can't avoid the challenges, we can't avoid the hard periods. However, we can choose to cultivate, even in those moments, joy and love and bliss. And it's only a matter of letting go of the walls towards joy that we might have built within. And this is really something that I've been like, oh, I didn't realize I had a wall to joy within myself in this place. I didn't realize that I had a place in which I was subconsciously and actively pushing away joy for reasons, right? From like, upsets or hurts that I I experienced in that place. So it's just this realization helped me just make a new choice and allow love and joy to come within me at a much more deeper level that um, I have been able to like heal until now. And I have been seeing how there's nothing really outside of me that keeps joy away. It's just me and myself, and maybe um, a place where I felt comfortable in suffering, because that's what I have been experiencing in this place for a really long time, which is suffering. However, through the awareness of I am divine, which has been given like in Sedona, I have seen people talk about it. Just accept your divinity, accept that you are divine. For me, I've really been grounding deeper into this, accepting to have a life full of joy, accepting to have love right now, and to see that there is no reason for me to not accept or have love in this very moment, and that I am worthy of love right now. I'm worthy to feel good, and I'm worthy to manifest whatever I desire in my life. And that awareness alone helped me see how beautiful life actually is um, with God in a much more deeper way.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, like I know we were speaking about this subject, and like what really keeps you from doing that? Like what keeps you from really like manifesting that? Well, there are these walls that you have within yourself, and uh, that first of all you might think that you put them to protect yourself from something, but it's not protecting you from anything, because what is out there, it's only God.
Yeah, so this was like a great awareness, is that um through our life experiences, through maybe the circumstances that we have lived, maybe abuse or trauma that we have suffered, we have built up these defense mechanisms to keep ourselves feeling safe, to keep ourselves feeling grounded and stable. However, we are on a healing journey, so therefore we are constantly guided to look in a compassionate way into those hurt places and love ourselves. And it comes a point where there is no reason for you to have a wall up. There is no reason for you to keep that wall within yourself, because you're only walling off God, you're only walling off joy and abundance and deeper um, life, going deeper with life itself, because your life is all about expansion, love is all about expansion, God is all about expansion. So therefore, these walls that might have protected you and were there for a very good reason, if you are here and you are healing, I invite you to look at this, just as we have been looking at this and realizing that it's safe to let that go. and it's safe to surrender into this space, and it's safe to as I said, just accept joy here and realize that there's nothing out there that can really you know, I want to say like there's nothing out there that can really hurt you, but I know that there's some people, you know.
Yeah, still you cannot be hurt.
Yeah, like we're not saying let go of your boundaries and let yourself be abused. That's not what we're saying. But it's safe to recognize all of the places where you might keep up a boundary, which is actually just a wall towards greater and greater love in your life, and to face these places. And a really clear example of how this manifested for us is just simply in our own relationship. As we're going deeper in our union and healing in this space, one of the things that it's naturally going to evolve is the intimacy. And intimacy, especially when it comes to being vulnerable exactly in these places, and feeling, really completely safe into, I guess, just like healing and talking and sharing about all of these patterns that, we have kept away, or maybe we have like all of these hurts that we have like kept away from one another because we didn't feel safe yet to approach them. And even for us, even if we are together for, I don't know, 5 years, 4 or 5 years, I don't know, a lot.
I mean, actually, 5 years and a bit.
Yeah, I think we have like 5 years. I'm not good with times. I'm sorry. So we've been together for 5 years, and in harmonious for over a year and almost 2 years. And we are still, going deeper into this intimacy. And we have seen how, after talking it out and after a lot of reassurance from both of our sides, that we actually just want the same thing. And of course, like we know we know that you and your twin flame want the same thing, even if you're talking about different things. At the core, you want the same thing, and you're getting clear on what that thing is. But because it's we've been reaching places within us that have been very vulnerable, we've been kind of like, ooh, like I don't know, maybe I should wall myself off because I don't feel safe to open up here, But looking at our relationship and looking at, who Laurentiu is to me, I have realized that there is no logical reason for me to have this wall. There's no logical reason for me to not let him in deeper. And there is only this kind of like decision I was holding on to, just hold on to a past hurt. And it was manifested through that wall that was protecting me from the hurt, that now it was time for it to be released. And to accept, the love that it's here for me. And through like our union and through many other areas of my life, I have seen. And yeah.
By the way, just to correct one thing, it's almost 3 years since we're in harmonious union.
Almost. I don't know. I'm bad with times.
I mean, almost. It's like
I don't know.
we still have half a year or something.
Yes.
Anyway.
A long time. Feels like a long time. Good.
Time doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Exactly.
Yes.
An eternity. Good. Yeah. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's like with our relationship, of course, we're going to go deeper, and it's just about us releasing walls to each other, as Alexandra was saying, and we can really feel it, and it comes in the form of just misunderstandings, or like just me feeling hurt somewhere, or her feeling hurt somewhere, and we just have to go there, love ourselves in those spaces to really being able to open up. And it can happen that we may even have a trauma,
Mhm.
Um,
Map really helps. Mind alignment process, highly recommend. If you do resonate with what we're sharing and this walling off pattern, we know it's related to PTSD, so you might want to look deeper if you want to heal this. Maybe consider going through map and talk.
connect with the practitioner.
Connect with someone to receive help here. You're not meant to go through this alone, and this is something again that I have seen, like how I was blocking joy into my life was through actually not allowing myself to receive the help that I would need when I need it, and when it's clear that I would need support. And actually, that would be in a way very damaging to myself, because I would keep myself in that space of suffering instead of allowing myself to blossom in a new wave of love. And it takes a lot of courage. And I do want to commend everybody that's watching, or that's not watching, everybody that has felt this kind of wall within the self, and has chosen to rise above it, and to accept love again in that space where maybe you have been hurt before. And it's a very, very, again, vulnerable and courageous thing thing to do. And again, I'm not advocating just opening up towards anybody. Lawrence is obviously like a very special person to me. Is my twin flame, my husband in harmonious union, right? And this is why I say, like, logically speaking, there was no reason for me to have walls here, but I needed to go through that healing. I needed to love myself. I needed to come to even this logical realization that there is no reason for me to not open up here, and then choose to open up to more love, to more joy.
And of course, it comes to the place that like we really have to clear the blocks within ourselves, because we're gonna mirror stuff to each other, and it's gonna seem quite intense sometimes, and that's okay. That's just us choosing to go deeper. And you being open up to your twin flame doesn't mean you accepting any patterns, or like you can still have boundaries with the patterns
Yeah,
of, if there are any, let's say,
yeah, exactly.
that are not healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And this is why I said, like, you have to logically assess the situation as well, not just open up to a person because well, they're your twin flame and they're supposed to love you, or that it's your parent, it's supposed to love you. Don't yeah, it's really assess who you allow yourself to open up to. But my encouragement here is that if you are in this community, to see that there is love for you here. There is love, there is love in this church, in this community, with the teachings of Jeff and Shaleia, and it's safe for you to open up and go deeper. And it's safe for you to open up and claim your divinity and let go of these patterns, these walls within that you're actually keeping from being your true divine self.
Good. And with that, like, I really want to go into the subject of creating with God. And something else that we've discussed and we wanted to bring into this ceremony is that creating with God, and like when you create with God, you really need to let go of these walls in order to be able to allow God to come through you. But there's something really that caught our attention here that we felt like was very like an awareness that we got. It's that the moment that you feel like you don't feel to give, but logically speaking, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you have, let's say, something to do and in this community, and it's in front of you, and you're like, okay, I have to do this, and I have to do this by today at this hour, like, or whatever would be the case. And you have the time, you have the space, you have everything that you need, but you don't feel to do it. Well, most certainly there is a wall like that keeps you from giving. Because it wouldn't make any sense for you to just uh, procrastinate in that area. So therefore, whenever you find yourself procrastinating, you find yourself like, I don't feel to give here, check there, check
Yeah.
to see how you feel, heal through that wall that you have within yourself, so you can actually do and provide your gift.
Yeah, and it's about seeing that, giving is receiving, and you might have, blocks in like receiving and accepting joy, because if you give your gift and you allow yourself to give your gift, and you provide yourself, the safety to give your gift, you're gonna receive a lot of joy and happiness in return. And it's a question of, do you desire to live that joyful life by living your life purpose and providing your gift to your brothers and sisters. And if the answer is yes, then you know that you have to like give in kind and give in turn, and that's where you might build might have built walls, because we know that it's we might have been like taken advantage of in the past, and we're still kind of like healing through that energy, through that pattern. And it's safe to see that, and to value yourself, value your energy, value your gift also. But don't be afraid to give it. Don't be afraid to just get it out in the world, and allow yourself to see what your brothers and sisters are sharing with you about that. Yeah.
And yeah, just be yourself, just don't be afraid to do mistakes. That's the way that we learn right now. Like you just doing whatever really feels good to you with God, like just will help you get very clear how to really partner with God, how to create with God. And we have to remember that only what we create with God is real. What we create without God is not going to be real, and is not going to last in our life, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
No matter if it's money, your relationship with your twin flame, a house, a car, everything. If it's not with God, it's not going to last. It's not going to remain in your life. It's not going to be permanent.
Yeah, so with that, true everlasting joy, you're going to create it by, really deepening in your relationship with God, and choosing to create with God. And these walls that we have been talking about might stop you from going into your full creative self, into being really that the creator of your own reality, claiming that like that title in your life, that yeah, I am the creator of my own reality, and I am choosing to live a joyful life, and I am creating abundance, I am creating healing, I am creating prosperity, I am creating love, joy, happiness, peace, harmony. I am creating all of these in my life right now, and this is what I am calling in. This is what I choose. This is what I um, command my life to be, and I allow God to show me how to build that, how to be that, how to embody that, how to take the next step towards that. And it's always gonna be a dance between you and God. So see how maybe you're walling off your joy, your good within yourself, and see that it's safe to let go, it's safe to love yourself, it's safe to see that that love is for you and that love is real, and to embrace it once and for all, so we can all create our heaven on earth.
Amen.
Amen. And with that being said, let us conclude with our closing prayer and our closing ohms.
Father, I accept your word into my heart. I'll honor your will in my life, and I'll follow you without hesitation anywhere you ask. I know you guide me into your heart where I belong. I accept that you are everywhere and your teaching is in all things. God, I know you provide me clarity in this teaching of union, that I may be forever in union with you.
I accept that you are in me as you are in my brother. I will not deny my brother your word, and I will share your teaching with him in any way you ask and only as you ask. For when I share my salvation with him, I fully claim my salvation and return to you with him. In Christ's name,
Amen.
Amen.
Speaking this prayer in your heart means that you have accepted that you are on your path of awakening to your true divine nature. This is what it means to be a unionist. Follow the teaching of union with God wherever you find it and purify your consciousness into perfect union with your Creator.
And now for our 3 closing ohms. Please follow along in your heart or aloud. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time. Namaste.
Namaste.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed this sermon as much as we did. Lots of things to take away. Very like important and deep messages that Lau and Alex talked about, and yeah, I loved it.
Now, what part did you like the most?
One of the things that really stood out to me the most was the power of choice that they like talked about. It's a really important one, like kind of like how we talked about before, where you choose your life experience, you co-create your reality. Like you are a powerful being, so you have the power to choose joy, and you have the power to let go of misery, and you have the power to like your power of choice is exceptionally important. And so to me, that is what really resonated a lot with me. Was them talking about that.
Yeah, and like I liked how Alex brought up in the beginning that she realized that everything was feeling good, and on the outside everything like looked good. She had everything to be happy, but she realized that they were moving through like an icky block where they didn't feel joy or didn't feel happy. And I love that she said that, because I feel like even I like moved through this where like you're kind of in a state of like feeling kind of low, but you're kind of just like there and you're just kind of cruising on by, and then you realize like, oh, like why am I like I'm not happy kind of thing. And yeah, I just love that she brought that up, because if we're not feeling joyful, it's a block, because we're meant to feel joyful and we are meant to enjoy our lives. And it's just about like letting your walls down, like they said. I thought that was a really good way to put it, like having a block, like having a wall up to it, not allowing it to enter. And like the importance of letting down those walls. If we don't let down those walls, then we won't experience joy. And so I think that was a great way that they showed us that the power is in our hands, because we have the power to break those walls down and to love ourselves there, and let down our walls. And what was the other thing I wanted to say about the walls? There was one more thing.
No walls with your twin flame.
Yeah, no walls with your twin flame. Like being more vulnerable with your twin flame. that's like what Alex and I talked about. Like they said, they'd been together, 5 years, they know each other very well. And yeah, like being more vulnerable with your twin flame allows you to experience more joy together because you're closer to them. And yeah, I still feel like there was something else that I wanted to say that I really liked about their sermon. Oh yes, I remembered. Yeah, it was a really good point when they brought up like if you have a task or something to do, like a volunteer position, and you don't feel like doing it, that's a block to joy because you're meant to enjoy that experience. And yeah, I thought that was a great example because it's very applicable.
Yeah.
As a volunteer to like have resistance to, we all have resistance sometimes, to doing to doing a task or to getting something done. And it's really just like resistance to joy. And so, yeah, there are just like lots of practical examples that we took from this sermon and that I think will be really helpful to, invite deeper joy. So, yeah, it was a wonderful sermon. Thank you so much, Lau and Alex. It was perfect and, really resonated. And, is there anything else you want to say?
No, I feel complete.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for coming to this week's Church of Union service. Please go to the unionism.org website for past meditations, card readings, and to donate and tithe if you desire to contribute to the Church of Union. And you are also invited to the after church tea time discussion in the Unionism discussion Facebook group at 1 p.m. EST.
And if you liked this video and would like more juicy sermons every week, you can like and subscribe to this channel. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.